the last 3 or 4 weekends have been, I think, his strength going against the other team's strength, and you got to give a lot of credit to him. I didn't think he was as crisp today as he has been, but he made pitches and he grinded, and you know, they took we had one quick inning, I think, there that kind of kept the pitch count down, and you know, so it was a fantastic effort, you know, by him. And some good defense, you know. I thought, you know, Hampson made a nice play, and Vaughn on the line drive, even though he didn't catch it, returned a double play on that. That's a big deal. Hilly got a good jump on Deemer's ball. You know, so I like where the guys are at. The guys are playing. It's a big game. It's a big win. And, you know, everything's important at this particular point.
Obviously, the scoreless inning streak is impressive, but even more impressive is that these guys are pitching with leads, which is something they haven't really gotten an opportunity to do this year. How important is it getting on the board early, and are you taking a different approach early in games than you did early in the season?
I don't think so. I think the urgency to, you know, of every pitch is what we're trying to send the message, is that you want to be, you know, invested into every single pitch. And if you are invested and you're connected and you're clear with that, then you're gonna put yourself in a really good situation. I didn't think we were in the 8th inning when we had first and third with nobody out,
right.
And that is something that the scoreboard really doesn't really matter at that point. You know, you're playing to execute and to commit to what they're doing. Give them some credit, but at the same time, we didn't swing at a lot of strikes in that situation. But no, I think, Josh, the one thing is to limit the free opportunities. We only gave them 2 today. They gave us 4. You know, so we really, this is a typical, I told the group in there, Fullerton has had the ability and has shown over the years, and all my years of coaching against them, to do a lot with a little as far as the hits are concerned. They score a lot of runs with not a lot of hits. We had the ability to do that, and they helped us a little bit, but at the same time, that is a sign of a good team, that you're making the most of your opportunities.
This is your first series win against them since 2008, I believe. Can you just talk about
Wow.
means to the team?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, hey, you know, I think a couple things. One is, you know, we have a lot of respect for them, and it's our job to get the rivalry back to where it needs to get back to. We're the ones that are climbing back up the ladder over those years, you know, and they're always tough to beat. I don't care what the situation is, and you know, there's just a lot of respect because we kind of mirror each other as far as the style that we play. So, you know, since 2008 of winning a series, I mean, that's a great testament to these guys. I mean, they are in a good place, and you know, they're committed, and they understand, you know, what's at stake, and you know, it happens to be Fullerton over there, which is nice because they are our rivals, but at the same time, you know, I just like where the guys are at.
How much does it help to have a guy who can he's engaging every game, you know, not just like matchup wise, but game in, game out?
Yeah, I mean, that DH spot's been a little fluid for us, you know,
right.
And I think at this point we're playing well. You know, I would be a little remiss if I decided to go away from that.
Yeah.
You know, they'd be like, well, what the hell are you doing? But I think it adds some balance. Now, Prigg's a little banged up, so we had to flip some things around, which is a good sign of a good team as well. You know, when you can win without one of your better players in the lineup as well.
Coach, 4 straight shutouts. Believe it's the first time in program history. How impressive is it for this group to have done it with everything that they've had to endure with the injuries and everything?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you throw zeros on the board for a consistent amount of time is extremely impressive. And you couple that with where are we at in the season, the urgency of where we're at, to be able to do that is remarkable. I mean, even with the staffs that we've had here in the past, and they're fantastic, these guys have shown the ability to, you know, do some of the same similar things in a totally different fashion, but remarkable. I mean, to the point where you can't expect, you know, shutouts on a consistent basis. I don't think anybody goes into, you know, that thinking, and that's where, you know, I don't want the offense to think we can play on house money, because you can't. You know, we need to be able to add digits on the board, and you know, like last night, that was a hell of a pitching performance by both guys, and one was going to be hard to get, and it was. So you got to make that stick. There's other times where, hey, you know, the bottom line is you got to pitch to what the situation is, and we didn't give up a lot of free passes, and I think that's what we're limiting at this point. I mean, we were 63 hit by pitches. I mean, Now that might be a record as we're moving on toward our program. But, you know, when you do that, you know, they're controlling the running game, not giving guys free passes, filling up the strike zone, executing down. You know, Josh is good when he gets the ball down. He gets a lot of ground balls. When he gets the ball up, as with Rohrbach or anybody, you're probably going to square it up and playing the bat out a little bit more. But it's awesome, man. I mean, it's something that, you know, we'll look back on and go, that was an unbelievable run. And I think at this moment, we're just focused on Sabo tomorrow. How are we going to try to execute each pitch and be able to make pitches in order to get outs? And if it ends up looking at the scoreboard and you see zeros, I think it's a product of the process as much as it is, you know, hey, we're going to try to throw a zero up there. You know what I mean?